One of the biggest questions that we had when our reselling business started to take off was, should we stay a sole proprietor or transition into an LLC? And maybe you're in the same place. If you're confused and asking yourself what business entity makes sense for your situation from a tax perspective, we totally get you. It can be overwhelming and cause tons of anxiety, to say the least. Many people had told us the potential tax savings of switching, but we had no idea where to even start. The reality is that some of you are asking what in the world both of those entities are. You're just trying to make money, right? Well, we've all been there and it's okay. That's exactly why we made this video. Hey resellers, welcome to Pro Reseller Academy, where we focus on sharing effective systems that help grow your reselling business. My name is Evan, and before we start, let me note some quick disclaimers. I am not a licensed business advisor or tax expert. To make informed decisions about your reselling business, you guys need to consult with a qualified professional. That way you can have tailored advice for your unique situation. Also, make sure to stick around until the very end because we have a bonus gift that will help you even further to assist in your reselling journey. That being said, let's talk. I wanted to start with a story I'm not really proud of, but I thought that it might be useful for you. When I first got into my entrepreneurial journey, I invested $1,000 into a lifetime access online business course that was supposed to teach me everything I needed to know about how to start up any business, be it sole proprietorship, LLC, or a corporation. Well, after some time, I dragged my feet and barely even did any of the course. Long story short, a year or two passed and the course was sold off and acquired by a completely different company. A short time after that, the course was completely unavailable whatsoever. They pulled it off the web and I never got the knowledge that I needed to start my business. So I was completely out, $1,000, and I still didn't know anything about forming business entities or which one I should make. Moral of the story, I want you guys to prevent any financial or emotional loss by taking your journey seriously and not dragging your feet. So be wise, take action, and don't start until you have the time and resources to begin. As always, our goal is to make reselling simple. So let's start with the basics. A sole proprietorship in reselling means that you have the intent to sell goods in order to make a profit. You run your own business, and it's like being a one-person show where you make all the decisions, but also get to keep the profits. Just know that you're 100% responsible for any taxes or liabilities, such as debts or problems your business might have. It's the simplest way to start a business because there's less paperwork and you'll want to be careful with everything you do because, well, there's no separate protection for your personal assets. But the beauty of a sole proprietorship lies in its simplicity. There are minimal startup costs and barely any paperwork. Perfect for getting started quickly. Plus, all your business income gets reported on your personal tax return, making taxes straightforward. And to be honest, we were sole proprietors for years and it's what worked for us at the time. But we needed more protection eventually, and that's why one of the biggest downsides is the lack of personal asset protection. Selling clothing online has very little risk in comparison to selling something like chainsaws. So if liability protection is a concern for you, keep this in mind, especially if your business is growing. This is why we switched from being a sole proprietor to an LLC. So what's an LLC? Well, I can tell you that C doesn't stand for corporation, rather it's for company. LLC stands for Limited Liability Company. An LLC for resellers is like a safety net for your business. But please guys, do not go rushing into making an LLC just because everyone on TikTok tells you to, or simply because you want more protection right away. It's really wise to understand all of the responsibilities and requirements you need to operate an LLC before biting off more than you can actually chew. And I wouldn't want anyone to be at risk because in my experience, even though I went with a credible third-party business formation company to open my LLC, they screwed me over with false advertisements, unmet promises, and incorrect business advice that costed me hundreds of dollars right out of the gate. Where many people misunderstand single member LLCs is that they think there are some automatic savings by switching, but they're wrong. Why? Because unless you elect to be taxed as an S corporation, you are taxed the exact same way you were as a sole proprietor. But that doesn't mean you can't benefit from an LLC later on. Forming one can be a stepping stone later down the line to save more money, though it does come with more strict responsibilities. Another thing to consider is credibility. Just having the name LLC enhances your reputation and can lead to better business opportunities because customers and other businesses see that you're official, which means you can be held accountable. This credibility will more likely enable you to, let's say, take a business loan if you couldn't get one personally. This lends to their trust with your company and will contribute to your business growth and hopefully profits. Like I said earlier, operating as an LLC may make it easier to access business loans, lines of credit, and other financial resources compared to operating as a sole proprietorship. Though on the flip side, forming an LLC does involve slightly more paperwork and upfront costs compared to a sole proprietorship. There are annual fees and compliance requirements depending on what state you live in. So it's important to factor these into your decision. So which option should you choose? Well, it really depends on your specific situation and goals. If you're just starting out and want something simple and cost-effective, a sole proprietorship is literally the default path if you choose to do nothing. If you're looking for that added layer of protection and flexibility for growth, an LLC could be the better fit. Just note the extra work and expense it may cost in your state. For example, for us in California, it costs $800 a year just to keep our LLC operating, even if we don't make money. To wrap it up, both sole proprietorships and LLCs have their perks and considerations. The key is to weigh the pros and cons against your business needs and future plans. Whether you're leaning towards the simplicity of a sole proprietorship or the protection of an LLC, remember that you guys need to consult with a legal or tax advisor to make sure you're making the best decision for your reselling journey. All right, guys, that wraps it up. I want to know where you're at in your journey and where you're going. Drop some comments below, whether you're deciding on what to do or have already successfully crafted your LLC as an S Corp or whatever that might be. And if you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more tips and strategies on navigating the world of business and reselling. Now, if you have already set up your LLC and you want to take the next steps towards saving big money by electing to be taxed as an S Corp, you need to watch this video next. And this is where I show why and how I did so with our business and why I wish I did it so much sooner to save thousands of dollars yearly. This has been Reselling Made Simple with Pro Reseller Academy. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.